Sesión de metal.
Que antes te doy la más cordial bienvenida a la sesión de metal número 16. Soy Ceci Montero, productora y conductora de Sesión de Metal. Me da mucho gusto tenerte por aquí. Qué bueno que ya estás aquí. Espero que llegues al final del videíto. Ya sabes que los videos son cortos, a excepción de cuando son en vivo, que ahí está difícil hacer videos cortitos. Como siempre, me gusta mucho agradecer a la banda que ha estado interactuando en redes, a la banda que ha estado viendo los videos. Les agradezco muchísimo. Y si es la primera vez que estás aquí, por favor, suscríbete a mi canal. Eso me ayuda muchísimo. A ti no te cuesta nada. También no te cuesta nada seguirme en redes, entonces me encuentras como @seciondemetal, estoy en Facebook, en Twitter o X, en TikTok y en Instagram. Las mejores bandas de metal las encuentras en tu sesión de metal. Quiero agradecer como siempre a Ben, que me ha traído un montón de bandas extranjeras, sobre todo de Estados Unidos, y esta no es la excepción. Esta vez estoy con una banda de California que hacen un metal muy chingón, así que le doy la más cordial bienvenida a Mayhem de Burning Legion. Hey Mayhem, welcome to Sesión de Metal.
Thank you for having me, gracias.
Muchas gracias a ti.
Gracias.
Tengo entendido que de ser un proyecto solista ahora son un trío. ¿Consideras que con ello le dio fuerza a Burning Legion?
It did. I mean, the thing with my solo stuff, and I appreciate you bringing that up, was because, you know, I was working with those individuals, Eric and Adrian, before, and we had really good chemistry, we had really good communication, so that really helped out Burning Legion a lot, especially for what's coming out with this album. We're really excited for this album, for the debut. I mean, we are kind of, you know, handicapped in the sense of like we're not able to go out and play a show yet. We don't have like a full-time drummer. We don't have a full-time singer, but that's not to say that, you know, the doors are open for people to kind of come in and negotiate and talk and stuff. But, you know, we meshed really, really good. So I think when I did my solo stuff, the Unbroken EP really kind of gave it life. Yeah, kind of like what Sissy was saying. Yeah, it did realistically gave it life, and now we're just like guns a-blazing.
Okay. ¿Cuál dirías que son tus principales influencias que aportas a Burning Legion?
I mean, when it comes to Burning Legion, it's definitely a heavier approach than my solo stuff. My solo stuff is more rock, industrial, you know, thrash type stuff. But when it comes to Burning Legion, it's more in the death metal, modern metal realm area. But it's very difficult to say because most of us are we're so different, us three, right? The triple threat. You know, so myself, I'm very big into just like the heavy stuff, like the old school Florida death metal, you know, Cannibal Corpse, you know, Obituary, that type of stuff where you know, Adrian, I gave him the nickname the Riff Beast because he's just a monster on guitar, right? And he likes the really fast, you know, fast-paced stuff. And Eric Fernandez, he's really into the melodic stuff, very soulful, you know, metalcore stuff. That's his bread and butter. So, you know, for the influences, you know, we have everybody that's in that genre, but we're not afraid to come out and do something different. And I'm glad that CC asked that question because on the album we actually have a female vocalist doing a ballad for us. So we're really excited to see how people are gonna react to that. Especially, you know, the first 4 songs are going to be punching you in the face. But with this one specifically, I think it's good to kind of slow things down, show that we, you know, that we have the ability to compose and write really soft music as well, you know. So we actually draw influence from that as well, to answer your question.
Y bueno, hasta ahora entonces, ¿cuál dirías que es el mejor momento que has vivido como músico?
Wow, that's a tough question. Can I choose more than one? Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, first and foremost is when I played the whiskey with my very first band. That was 20 years ago. You know, playing on stage, and it was kind of funny because we played the same night and down the street from La Magada. So it was kind of cool, but you know, we had some people come and people were asking for a bass solo, and it just felt really good. That was like a moment that I'll always have in my heart, you know, and just like how good it felt that, you know, there was some real that people didn't pay to see La Magada, they came to see us. which is kind of cool, But for me, another thing would be going to the NAMM show, just interacting with all my heroes and all my idols and stuff like that to just kind of just take a picture with them, talk to them for 5 or 10 minutes. And probably first and foremost, and more than anything, is when I met Dave Mustaine from Megadeth. He's one of my biggest idols, and as a musician, it was good to kind of just meet him. And we hear a lot of negative things in the metal world, right? And the tabloids and the blogs and stuff, how he's such a mean person, but he was such a sweet individual with me. Again, I can only go based off my experience, but as a musician, that meant a lot to me. I mean, biggest accomplishment is just being able to write. I mean, being able to put music out there for like you guys, people from in Mexico, people from El Salvador, from my family to hear. That to me, that's an accomplishment. I could die happy, and just kind of be able to express myself. So that's probably be my biggest accomplishments and things that I would take away.
Y entonces sí dieron muchos abrazos en la NAMM.
Oh yeah, I was able to hug a lot. I'm a hugger. So I was able to hug a lot. I mean, I was able to take a picture with Dave Ellefson. Got a hug from him. 10 years ago I met Gary Holt. Gary Holt was there again today, but not today, this year. And I didn't want to bug him. I'm such a fanboy and stuff. If it were me, I'd probably would catch COVID-19 like 20 times because I'd be such a hugger, Yeah. But I got to hug most of the people, and one thing really cool was that I got to meet some of the new guys, the young cats that are coming up, like Fit for an Autopsy. I got to sit down with Blue and Tim, got to talk to them for a bit. Those guys are great. I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but they were phenomenal. To kind of just talk to. We were chatting it up. So a lot of hugs, yeah, definitely.
Y bueno, el 24 de enero lanzaron su segundo sencillo, Injustice. ¿Han tenido la respuesta que esperabas?
Yeah. I mean, safe to say, because Burning Legion, and again, I could speak for the guys too, is that we're not that type of band where we're going to set high expectations. I mean, we set realistic ones, right? And I think that's important for different bands to understand. Hey, you got to set realistic expectations, and as long as they're high expectations as well. Domination did a little bit better, but again, we're putting music out, right? We're not here to say, oh, we're going to be the next Metallica, or we're going to be the next whatever. No. I want to say a good 75-80% has been positive, right? We've got some 10, 15, maybe 20% people were kind of like, hey, it's a little different. All right, that's cool, but for the most part, hey, I just appreciate that somebody's listening to it, right? So, if it goes in the direction of like, hey, people are catching wind of it, maybe some of the bigger players, maybe some producers, some engineers are like, hey, I would like to work with Burning Legion. Doors always open. We're always willing to negotiate and go from there. But to answer your question, yeah, no, I was happy. I was happy with the reception. I really like that song because it took 2 years to write. And the only reason why it took so long was just because, me and Eric, we were going back and forth with it. Adrian did more of the producing side on this. So Burning Legion has a very unique way of writing, and I was actually going to use that song for the Matt Mayhem stuff, the solo stuff, which, I was like, you know what? I think it's just better as a Burning Legion song. So it came out great.
¿Qué planes vienen para Burning Legion?
Well, Burning Legion is, we're actually going to have our debut album coming out April 3rd. And that's going to be on a Wednesday, so you guys all check that out. We're ready to go. The final masters were turned in actually yesterday, so it's going to be streaming everywhere. So we're just going to push that album as much as we can throughout all 2024. Start writing some stuff, maybe have a single. Maybe we already have new material in the woodwork, maybe possibly coming out in May, maybe June, around that area. But if that's for the most part, and again, and just networking and just negotiating, talking, meeting people. Hopefully, maybe within the next couple months, we have an understanding of maybe we could do like a one-off, play a festival. I've already had a couple people talking, maybe like in Texas or in Arizona or Vegas area that we would do like a one-off or something. But that we're really hopeful, we're really positive for the future. We're really excited to unleash the debut album because it's just something that I don't think people are gonna really kind of like understand, and that's okay because people want to say like, oh, we're extreme metal, we're death metal, we're thrash metal, but we're just metal. How about that? We just play heavy music. How about that? Like, if you guys like heavy music, then you're gonna like Burning Legion.
Bueno, pues hemos llegado al final de la entrevista. Pero antes de despedirnos me gustaría que nos dijeras cómo podemos escuchar toda su música, en dónde podemos encontrarlos, en qué redes sociales y de ser posible cómo podemos adquirir su mercancía.
Yeah, no. So you can find Burning Legion. We're really active on Instagram. We're really active on TikTok. Main thing when you type us in, make sure it says Burning Legion Metal because we are named after the World of Warcraft characters. So they might get the World of Warcraft stuff, which is cool too. But if you want to listen to music, you want to type in metal. So you can find us there. We're very active on there. Again, we're on all streaming platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Music, Apple, iTunes, which I don't know the difference. I don't know if you guys can probably tell. What's the difference between iTunes and Apple Music? Whatever. But we're there. You can purchase it. We're on Bandcamp as well. Just type in Burning Legion. Anything helps. We're not here to do it for the music. We're here for you guys. Or I'm sorry, we're not here to do it for the money. We're here to do it for the music. So if you guys, want to support the band, just give us a like, give us a follow. If you want to message us, we're on. All three of us run the social, so you'll be talking to us. You're not talking to a bot. So please don't hesitate to come and joke around with us.
Muchas gracias que llegaste al final de este videíto. Por favor, dime qué te pareció la entrevista. Dime si ya habías conocido esta banda, si ya has escuchado sus últimos sencillos que están poca madre. De verdad te recomiendo mucho Injustice, el último sencillo que lanzó esta banda, y me encantaría que me dijeras qué opinas de ello. Estaría sensacional saber tu opinión. Y bueno, si te gustó el videito, por favor dale like. Y nuevamente te pido tu apoyo para que te suscribas a mi canal y me sigas en redes. Nos vemos en el próximo episodio. Hasta la próxima. Bye.